Hello guys, me Pokken Hashtag Famous, and yeah, we Batman video. Today's Batman video will be Swarm from Skylanders versus Beedrill from Pokemon. Connections, video game bees. So, yeah, let's get into, the matchup. The reason why I'm doing this is because I like it, okay? Video game bees that I have a personal bias to, because I don't really like Pokemon, I really like Beedrill, I really like poison, bug type, so yeah, with Swarm, I literally have a figure of him, or like his, figure, right there, right? See him standing? Yeah, I have him, right there. So, yeah. Like both characters, so let's see who would win in a fight. Discuss video game bees / wasps. So let's get into who wins. Well, Swarm is, let's get into minor advantages. Swarm is a lot smarter, experience and skill. He's an experienced fighter and skilled fighter, while Beedrill is just a wild animal. So yeah, and Beedrill is a lot more bloodthirsty, right? It's a lot more vicious than Swarm. As Swarm is, a good guy, doesn't want to kill people. Beedrill is I'll attack you because you got close to me. So, a lot more going for the attacks, right? So, yeah. Beedrill also has a massive arsenal advantage, and Swarm has his ability to become several bees, but I'll discuss and go more depth of that later. So, let's get into who wins. Well, Swarm, massive durability advantage, okay? Even against Mega Beedrill, he's way too durable for Beedrill, okay? So, let's get into, the stats. In base form, Beedrill can scale to Machamp, who can move mountains, and can also scale to Rhyhorn, who can destroy mountains, so it gets around mountain level. He can also scale to electric-type Pokemon, who can shoot lightning, or electricity. So, yeah. Giving him to massively fast and sound. Swarm can scale to the other giants who, if I'm correct, in the one of the giant trailers of the opening has an island level feat, which he puts him around island level. He can also scale to some other Skylanders who can shoot lightning. So yeah. And I would say Beedrill has a slight speed advantage, because Swarm is definitely a lot slower than the other Skylanders, because he's a giant, he moves a lot slower, so yeah. Beedrill has a slight speed advantage, but Swarm is just way too strong and durable, okay? Beedrill can't do much, and even with his arsenal, which I'll go into later, can't really do much. So let's get into Mega Beedrill. Mega Beedrill can scale to the Mega Pokemon and other strong Pokemon, which gets him to around island level, which evens the strength out. And Mega Beedrill can scale to Pokemon who can use Solar Beam, which is a light-based attack, and other light-based moves. So yeah, he gets it faster than light. Why not regular Beedrill? Because Mega Beedrill is way faster than regular Beedrill. So yeah, I mean really high speed. So it would make more sense for him to scale to Velocity to feet when he's one of the faster Pokemon. So yeah, So yeah, strength is equal between the two. Swarm is more durable as Beedrill is very frail, but Beedrill's way faster as it's lightning versus light. So yeah, let's get into the abilities. This is one of the more important things. Let's get into Swarm. Swarm can, shoot stingers out of his arms, and, turn them into blades and stuff like that, and increase his physical strength and range, but his main ability, what I'm talking about, is his ability to become several bees, okay? He can literally just become a swarm of bees. That's why he's called Swarm, okay? And with that, he's able to become an axe, swords, and weapons like that. He can even explode himself. So yeah, and in this form, he can still get damage if the bees get hit, but like, you know, they can just go around and dodge attacks, which would make it harder for Beedrill to hit him, but Beedrill is so much faster that it would barely even matter. So yeah. Swarm can just, you know, have himself explode himself, which doesn't hurt himself. So yeah, he can just, you know, explode. Boom. It does show some fire, so it could be super effective against Beedrill if you want to go into like the logistics of like do like fire-based abilities and other versus do super effective damage against grass and bug type Pokemon. Go into that if you want to, but it's best to move on. Let's go into Beedrill's also. Beedrill has several bug, poison type moves. He also has moves like Brick Break, Outrage, which is very powerful Drill Run, Acrobatics, stuff like that. And if we count like Pokemon typing stuff, Acrobatics would be super effective against Swarm. So that would cancel out the explosion thing. So yeah, we want to go into Pokemon logistics and type advantages and stuff like that. Beedrill has several sword moves like Protect, Substitute, and Toxic, which normally like Swarm could just, you know, avoid it becoming bees, but Toxic with a poison type guarantees hitting. Okay, it's like it has like a aimbot or something like that. So it's guaranteed to hit Swarm and do gradually increase damage over time, like rapidly doubles the amount of damage it does. Okay, and Swarm can't heal himself to my knowledge, so yeah, he's gonna be rapidly taking damage. Well, Beedrill, if he ever takes too much damage, he can just use Leech Life and then boom, he's all healed up. So yeah, Beedrill can also increase his stats, like using Sword Stance to increase its attack, Agility to increase his speed, and Iron Defense increases durability, so then, you know, you can take his hits better, okay? Swarm is a more smarter fighter and could, like, you know, outsmart Beedrill, as Beedrill is actually just a wild animal without a trainer. But Beedrill can still do all that stuff, okay? So, yeah. So, who wins? Well, Swarm just needs one hit, okay? Beedrill's way too frail, okay? But Beedrill can just use Iron Defense, like, several times, and then, you know, he's at full defense. Like, what, 3 times, maybe? Yeah, around 3 times. And then, boom, full defense equals out durability, but I mean, boom, can take Swarm's attacks. And since both are around equal in strength, Beedrill can just use Sword Stance to increase his attack by 4 times, so yeah. And if he wants to become even faster and even harder to hit, he can, you know, use Agility. Also, Beedrill is a lot smaller than Swarm is. Like, Swarm at his tallest is around the size of a mountain, which, you know, it's gonna be hard to hit such a small target if you're that big. Yeah, as more ground you can hit and stuff like that. More area you can damage, but like, Beedrill's way too fast, and Swarm could barely see Beedrill. So, yeah. Beedrill's toxic ability, stamp amplifications, and more vicious fighting stuff, like, Beedrill's way more aggressive, right? So yeah, he could be a lot more reckless, and Swarm is a more skilled fighter, but because, like, you know, Beedrill's more willing to fight, he's more willing to attack using Sword Stance to boost his attack, and just, like, eventually, Beedrill's arsenal will wear Swarm down, okay? He's way faster in his Mega form. His arsenal is way better than Swarm's. Swarm could still, like, use an explosion thing, but Beedrill can just use Protect, and then boom, all of that just meant nothing. I mean, like, it wouldn't hurt Swarm and could just spam it, but Beedrill, and he could spam it to just break through Protect, as you can only use Protect, like, once per, like, you can't use it twice in a row unless you're very lucky. Even so, you know, he could just move out of the way after protecting, right? And Swarm can't stay as just bees forever, so yeah. I really like this matchup. There's a lot of factors into who wins. I mean, you could just scale, like, Swarm to, like, later and, like, Universal Skylanders stuff. You could just scale Mega Beedrill to Arceus, or Arceus, or Arceus, if you're an MNJ TV fan. You could just scale them to both of those, getting both to Universal and Massively, and stuff like that. Universal, like, maybe even Multiversal, stuff like that. Yeah, you can get both of these ridiculously high for no reason, okay? But with, using reasonable scaling and stuff like that, Beedrill is just way too fast, way too vicious, way too small for Swarm to hit, and is also would just overwhelm him with stall tactics, like Toxic, Protect, Substitute, and just like increasing his stats. And with adaptability and snipe, like base form, Beedrill, Swarm, Bug-type moves do more damage. Sniper, higher crit chance. Adaptability, all of his moves do twice the damage they would normally do. So, increases attack even more. And with Beedrill, like, Outrage, he could just do a ton of damage to Swarm rapidly, okay? And Swarm can still take damage in his B form, and, it's not like he can just, make, every being go a different direction. No, they have to stay in a group, right? At least that's what it's shown as. So, yeah. Ultimately, Swarm's superior durability, intelligence, skill as a fighter, experience as a fighter, and all that would definitely put up a good fight for Beedrill. But Beedrill, thanks to his Mega Evolution, superior speed, viciousness, and arsenal, would just give him the win. I mean, Swarm will win against regular Beedrill, but Mega Beedrill, no. Base form Beedrill, Swarm would win because base form Beedrill is not fast enough and way weaker. But Mega Beedrill, close enough in strength, could just use Swords Dance, Bobbing Red Boom, and Sound Amplifications, and yeah, Swarm's done against Mega Beedrill. He could win if he's able to land a hit before Beedrill increases his stats, and he's able to even land a hit in the first place, but Battery Beedrill will just tire him out with his increasing his stats, Toxic, Protect, and just hitting him a bunch of times as Beedrill would, as thanks to his massive speed advantage, he could just do that over and over and over and over and over and keep on hitting Swarm until Swarm eventually can't take any more hits and his life goes out. So, the winner of this match video is Beedrill, thanks to his Mega Evolution. Thanks to his Mega Evolution, Beedrill will win. Regular Beedrill, Swarm wins. So, yeah. Peace, guys. Remember, keep on playing, Bladers.